Hello, what is up everyone? My name is KaitoNolan and there's gonna be a new Mega in town. It's not Mega Charizard, I almost said Mega Charizard. It's a Mega Steelix. So let's get started. Mega Steelix, it is gonna be a trio, okay? And it can be a tough trio if you don't know the weather or the moveset. Mega Steelix is basically like a Regis, like the top counter changes according to the weather, so this is why it's so annoying. I don't know how many people is gonna keep raiding. I think a lot of people just gain some energy and quit. But let's talk about the Mega Charizard Y, which is the top counter. Damage 5, bulk 5, consistency 5, the perfect score. Yay! So Mega Charizard Y, let's talk about it first. So the best moveset is Fire Spin, Blast Burn, and here is the reason why. The Earthquake Heavy Slam is a single resistance, and the Crunch is a neutral damage. Yes, Mega Charizard Y, especially though in Sunny. So as I said earlier, the Mega Steelix, the top counter changes according to the weather. Mega Steelix is a ground steel, so basically you want to use fighting, fire, water, and ground against it because the ground does not resist ground. Okay, so in sunny weather you want to use fire, and in rain you want to use water, and in cloudy you want to use fighting. It is very annoying. It, like I said, this is just like a Regis. Regis are the same way, you know, when you do like a Regi Ice and then like a Regi Steel and stuff like that. If it's cloudy you want to use fighting, and if it's sunny you want to use fire. So Mega Steelix is going to be the same way. And like I said earlier, if you don't know anything, this can be a very tough trio, okay? Depending on the moveset, it can be very tough. So please be careful with that, okay? So yes, look at this ranking. It's just everything 111. He just got a perfect score. So anytime, if you're really like planning to raid a lot of Mega Steelix, then yes, Mega Charizard Y for sure. Like I'm gonna talk more all the other typing as well too. So just remember, in sunny, fire. You may use ground in sunny as well, but you want to use fire over ground anytime, okay? And then the inner rain, water, and the fighting for cloudy weather. So let's look at the Shadow Mode dress right there. So the damage 4, bulk 3, consistency 5, best moveset is Fire Spin, Overheat. So the defense is exactly the same like Mega Charizard Y because it's the same typing. So the Earthquake Heavy Slam is a single resistance, and the Crunch is a neutral damage because it's the power of flying. It'll resist the Earthquake, and then the Heavy Slam is a steel move. The Fire resists steel. So yes, if you're gonna just use the Mega Charizard X and like, you know, people's gonna just bring in all the fire, that works well. If you do that, trio, it's an easy trio for sure, okay? And let's look at the Shadow Machamp. So the damage 4, bulk 2, consistency 2, best moveset is Counter Dynamic Punch. And then like I said, you can see here with the level 40 best friend in Cloud is a number 1. This is why it gets so annoying, because when you get invited, you don't know the host weather, you know? So you just kind of have to guess from the background in a raid. That's really tricky. So let's look at the defense. The Earthquake's neutral damage, Heavy Slam neutral damage, and it's gonna single resist Crunch because the fighting resists Dog. So like I said, it's a tough trio. Even with the Shadow, I'm not gonna say it's easy. Like, you know, it's just this thing is very tanky. So just aim for the trio. It doesn't even look like we could pull off 18U without the weather boost though, for sure. So I'll see what I could do, but I don't think a lot of people's gonna ride Mega Steelix anyway. And let's look at the Mega Blastoise. The damage 4, bulk 4, consistency 5, best moveset is Water Gun, Hydro Cannon. So in rain, yes, he is the top counter. Watch it. It says that the rain with the rain is a number 1. It outperformed the Mega Charizard Y. So it is critical. When you do this, like if you want to do Mega Steelix, right, communicate with your friends, like for real. It's that could like really help your raid for sure. So Earthquake, Crunch, neutral damage, and it's going to resist Heavy Slam because the water resists steel. So it's one of those things, the water resists steel, but steel does not resist water. And let's look at the Shadow Swampert. The Swampert is gonna be actually a really beast counter against the Mega Steelix, so let's look at it, okay? So the damage 4, bulk 3, consistency 5, best moveset is Water Gun, Hydro Cannon. Yes, the Hydro Cannon, the community they move. So in rain, yes, you want to have the Hydro Cannon Swampert. In like a sunny situation, yes, you could use the Machamp as well, but like it's very tricky. Try to talk to your friends, figure out the weather for real. So the Earthquake, Crunch, neutral damage, and the Heavy Slam is a single resistance. So yes, Swampert will be a beast. And let's look at the Reshiram. The damage 4, bulk 3, consistency 3, best moveset is Fire Fang, Overheat. Without Mega or Shadow, Reshiram is going to be, I'll say, the top counter in Sunny for sure. So the Earthquake is a single weakness because the fire is weak to ground, and a Heavy Slam single resistance because that the fire resists steel, and the Crunch is a neutral damage. So it's always tough. Like when we get the raid boss like this, you know, the top counter changes according to the weather type. It's always very difficult because people always ask me who's better, who does more damage. It's really not that simple because it also has something to do with the weather, and it also something to do with the moveset of the Mega Steelix as well too. So annoying, right? And let's look at this Shadow Entei. The damage 4, bulk 2, consistency 4, best moveset is Fire Fang, Overheat. Yes, he will work absolutely fine. The portion wise, he is not very friendly because the Earthquake, he's gonna be weak to Earthquake due to the fire typing, and the Heavy Slam is a single resistance, and Crunch is a neutral damage. So if you have the regular Entei too, I'll say it's okay. I'm just like trying to show like a bunch of different counters here, but like I said, according to the weather, okay, remember that. And if there's no weather boost, and that's when the moveset comes in, okay? If it's against the Crunch Mega Steelix, then you do want to use Fighting because the Fighting resists Crunch. Like if it's Earthquake, then you do not want to bring Lucario because Lucario is a steel. He's gonna get destroyed by Earthquake, okay? So yeah, it's a pain. It's a pain to take down the Mega Steelix. Let's look at the Mega Gyarados. So the damage 4, bulk 4, 5, consistency 4, best moveset is Waterfall, Hydro Pump. No Aqua Tail. I don't like Aqua Tail. But anyway, so the Earthquake is a neutral damage, and the Heavy Slam, Crunch is a single resistance. So it does have like bulk wise, but yeah, only in rain. Like I said, water Pokemon only in rain. And let's look at the Lucario. So the damage 3, bulk 0, consistency 5, best moveset is Counter Oversphere. So as I said earlier, Lucario is a part steel, so you really don't want to use Lucario up against the Earthquake Mega Steelix, because especially in like sunny situations. So that's why this raid could get really tricky. So the Heavy Slam, Crunch is a single resistance. So Lucario is actually really okay, except the Earthquake. But bam, he's the go-to fighting guy for me. So the damage 3, bulk 3, consistency 3, best moveset is Counter. That Pika fell from the table. Come here, Pika. Pika. So the best moveset is Counter Dynamic Punch. I love Conkeldurr. So the defense, let's look at it. The Earthquake, Heavy Slam, neutral damage, and Crunch is a single resistance. But it does have more bulk than the Lucario. So I highly recommend this one, for sure. And here comes the Therian Lando. So the damage 3, bulk 3, consistency 4, best moveset is Macho Earthquake. I said this before. Even you get the sunny weather, you want to prioritize fire over ground. Like I said this before in many of my videos. It's just like a ground Pokemons like ice and all that. They just moves are not that good. Like, you know, unfortunately. So you want to prioritize that fire over ground. But here's the reason why the Therian Lando will work, especially up against the Earthquake, because he is a ground flying, and the flying double resist ground. Otherwise, Heavy Slam, Crunch, neutral damage, and he's tend to be more like a Glacier, I would say. So he is okay, but if you could get the sunny weather, and please stick to fire, okay? Definitely. And here comes the regular Moltres. Damage 3, bulk 3, consistency 5, best move 6, Fire Spin, Overheat, the same defense. So yeah, if you have the Moltres, like I said, it will work like a charm this time, okay? It's just Mega Steelix has the high defense. It doesn't really have the like a high attack. So Feint itself is really not a problem for this raid. It's just the Earthquake could get tricky though, because like if you do that in sunny weather, like a boosted Earthquake is really terrible. So, and let's look at the Kyogre. The damage 3, bulk 3, consistency 3, best moveset is Waterfall Surf, Waterfall Hydro Pump. Either way, it's fine with me. So the Earthquake, neutral damage, Heavy Slam, single resistance, and then the Crunches are neutral damage. So, as I said earlier, in rain, stick to water. I know it's a lot to think, like, so, I know it's a lot to take on, like, the raid bosses like that is really the one that really gives me a lot of headache. But at the same time, there's so many weaknesses, so we should be able to have fun with it, like doing like a bunch of unique stuff. But he's so tanky, and we can't do much about it. So this is one of those like raid bosses that like I hate it. Like I hate it. I hate it so much. So just remember, Mega Steelix counter will change according to the weather, so please pay attention. Like when you get invited or something, pay attention to the background, how the cloud looks like and stuff like that. And hopefully if it's sunny, then go in with a fire. You see rain, then use water. It looks cloudy, then use fighting. Okay, it is very annoying, but if you know how to get to your friends, just just let them know. It's like, hey, it's sunny right now, use fire or something like that, because this will help, because this guy is so tanky, it's not even funny. So, and as usual, please go ahead and check Pokebattler.com/race and click the raid boss, moveset, friendship levels, and weather, and you get to see so many more Pokemons. Like I said, I really just pick like the sort of like the general counter from like each fighting and ground and like water and stuff like that, but there's a lot more you could do. So please take advantage of the weather boost, because this guy is tanky. It's not fun. And hopefully this guy will help, and happy raiding everybody. Bye.